Welcome into your PFF prospect profile. Today it's all about Louisville corner Jaire Alexander. Sam, he's a guy that had a great 2016 season, but 2017, I look at his game log and you've got a couple games early on, weeks 1 and 2, and then a couple more games in the middle of the season, a couple more at the end. Injuries, had to battle them, wasn't as good, but he still put up some really good numbers.
He did. His numbers, in fact, in 2017 were absolutely obscene, but his coverage grade didn't quite match those. Those were the product, a little bit of some college quarterbacks that like to miss some opportunities here and there.
You hate college quarterbacks in general.
Well, they're not good.
Yeah.
Allowed a passer rating of just 19.9 when targeted last season, but it was based on just 21 targets, 6 of which were complete for 64 yards. So those numbers were incredible. But yeah, 2016 is the year to use to really judge Jaire Alexander and figure out just how good he can be as a prospect at the next level.
Yeah, so he had a coverage grade of over 88, which is excellent, one of the best in the nation that year, made a ton of plays on the ball, 9 pass breakups and 5 interceptions. One of the questions, though, he's only under 6 feet tall, 5'10", 5'11". First off, I love the fact that the NFL's not just giving us these terrible 6-foot corners and saying that they're first rounders. A guy like Alexander is in that conversation among the best corners in the NFL. But it does come back to bite at times. He will give up some bigger plays against big, more physical receivers, and he allowed 6 touchdowns even in that good 2016 season.
I mean, that's the most concerning number there. He really is very comparable to Denzel Ward, who a lot of people have as the #1 corner on their board. The two of them are all about quick twitch, all about fantastic speed, athleticism, to overcome the fact that they're both sub-6-foot corners. They're both relatively lightweight compared with some of these guys from previous seasons at the #1 pick. But Denzel Ward is far cleaner. He doesn't have the big plays against him, doesn't give up the 6 touchdowns in one season. You know, even last season where Jaire Alexander was so good, allowed fewer than 50% of the passes thrown his way to be caught. That 6 touchdowns is a big number. Allowed a 50-yard catch in there as well. There were just a lot of big plays against him that cause some concern. They make you think, yes, he can mitigate a lot of the small stature stuff, but we have to eradicate those big plays if he is going to be a true #1 corner.
Yeah, so like we said, it's the same concern we had with Denzel Ward. The same thing that we loved about Denzel Ward was speed plus quickness. And even when you just look at the combine times, a sub-4.4 40 at 4.38. So you've got the speed. 3-cone drill at 6.71. That is excellent. Anytime you get in that 6-7 range, that's really good change of direction. 20-yard shuttle, 3.98. So that's sub-4, which is also in a very good range. So we're talking about a guy that, you know, maybe to mitigate some of the big receiver concerns, he can also play in the slot. He's Denzel Ward light, right? I mean, When we talk about production across the board, Ward is a little bit higher than where Alexander has been, but talking about guys that can line up outside, in the slot, speed, quickness, ball skills, Alexander's right there with him.
Yeah, and I love the fact that for the first time in a while, the NFL is agreeing that these sub-6-foot guys can still play a role, can still be #1 corners in the NFL today. It's not just the 6-foot-plus guys. Jaire, Denzel Ward, I love the fact that the league is giving those guys a real shot at being the top guy this year.
I'm with you. You're a little height biased, but, you know, whatever it takes to get the best corners in that first round. Jaire Alexander, one of the best in the class. Go back to 2016. That was the film that showed he's a first-round player. That is your PFF prospect profile, Jaire Alexander, Louisville cornerback.